Cast. My name is Taylor McLean, and we've got another best ball draft coming up here. I've got a little time in my afternoon, so I thought we'd do another best ball draft. We've drawn the 9th pick this time, and we've got about a minute 25 left until we draft again, so we're about to get into it. 9 means that one of the top 9 is going to make it to me. Isn't that crazy logic? But that's a good thing. I like the top 9 picks, and I'm willing to take any one of those people, whoever falls to me. Hopefully, it's somebody that I have at the top that makes it down. That happens from time to time. But we'll just see how it happens and how it unlays and unfurls to us here. Let's see. So got it all queued up. I didn't really queue it up in the order that I like to go with. Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler. I've actually been going Christian McCaffrey second, and then Austin Eckler third. I have a great deal of Derrick Henry, and I had him a little higher up before, but we'll put him 5. Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson. Having Justin Jefferson this low means that I don't get him very often, unfortunately. I really like the talent, but I'm really trying to hit the running back position in a hero running back type build where I'm getting at least one running back in the first 2 rounds, and preferably in this first round here. Doesn't always work itself out that way, though. And if it is one of the big 3 wide receivers, I'm not going to cry about it at all. So we'll see how it comes out here. Have we started yet, or is this the draft starting? We may have. There we go. All right. On the clock, guys. Let's keep this moving, keep it fresh. I saw Josh Allen go first in my first stream of yesterday, so anything can happen in these $5 best balls. It's not like a free draft where literally anything can happen. There goes Justin Jefferson second. That's a little early. Eckler, McCaffrey, that's all normal. Let's see here. What's going to happen? Who's going to fall to Taylor? How are we going to start this build off? And I'll tell you what, this position has been a little difficult for me because I'm not 100% on who I like coming back to me after the next 2 picks. And the next 2 picks are very random too. So, Alvin Kamara, that's going to push somebody down to me. So that's good. Cooper Kupp. I'm not anti Alvin Kamara, but he probably could have waited. Like, he probably would have made it back to him. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's not guaranteed at this point, but I think he could have waited right there to get Alvin Kamara. But hey, thanks for pushing it down a little further. This means I'm going to get a running back, all 3 of the big 3 wide receivers off. So there goes my fears there. Probably going to be between Najee and Dalvin if my man's in front of me is thinking correctly. Okay, Derek and Najee. I think Derek's a surer bet, even though he's got the older legs. So I'm going to roll Derek right here. It's also super easy to get Tannehill if you're going to go with the quarterback running back stack there. Diggs. Oh, I'd love for Najee to make it back, buddy. Yeah, that'd be okay. Probably going to take whoever makes it back between Najee and Joe Mixon right here since Diggs is off the table. Diggs probably would have been my next pick after Najee. But, when you're doing that, you're typically taking Najee anyway. Okay, Joe Mixon. Kelsey, I think about Kelsey a lot around this time, but you know what? Joe Mixon is a pretty sure thing at running back, in my opinion. I mean, I think they're going to be better at the line position too. And you can get Joe Burrow. He kind of slides towards the end here in his positioning there. So, okay, double running back, nothing too fancy. I feel like the analytics crowd would probably, not be happy with that, but that's all right. Plus, okay, good. Saquon, it's already been kind of running back heavy already, which usually tends to, present itself throughout the draft. So getting 2 right up front, and then maybe I don't draft another 2 until we hit that range that I like to start hammering running back again in like the 8th, 9th, 10th round. Let's see what Sanford Mike has going on here. I always wonder about names like that. Like, did he mean Stanford? Only Bunts? That's interesting. I like some of these names here. Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift. See, it's going pretty running back heavy. So maybe the good wide receivers will make it back. What I'm probably going to be looking at is Tyreek, I would guess. which I'm totally okay with. I think Tyreek has a high ceiling with Tua, even though he's probably not going to hit the same heights he hit with Patrick. And any claim that he makes to say that Tua is as good as Patrick is completely ridiculous and really seems like sour grapes on Tyreek's part, which I don't really like, but that doesn't have anything to do with his fantasy production. And I think that they're going to have to do a lot of run after the catch and short stuff with Tyreek, with Jalen Waddle. So I'm absolutely drafting both those guys whenever possible. And while I'd prefer to have one of these top guys as my wide receiver one, you know what? I'm okay sacrificing that for Joe Mixon. He didn't have a whole lot of like spectacular plays. And here's the only other problem with Joe Mixon is T. Higgins falls right here a lot of the times, and you end up with both, and that kind of makes it where you really do need to go Joe Burrow, so then you end up drafting him in the 5th and 6th round, which is a little early for where I would like to draft him. There's a lot of wide receivers I like to hammer, but if that's how the cookie crumbles here with T. Higgins, then I guess that's how it goes. A lot of picks. I mean, I like the 9th pick just fine because you get a pretty good. I mean, Joe Mixon and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, somebody I probably would have drafted, as high as 5th maybe. I mean, to have him go to 9th and then still be able to get Joe Mixon is really good. But I just like this tier right here. It ends at Mark Andrews pretty much. Let's see. Am I missing anybody there? No, it's pretty much where it ends. And then I end up being right in the middle of it. It's okay. Plenty of wide receivers right there. It does mean you get to double hammer this tier of wide receiver too. And I do consider these guys right here better than this tier right here. So there is something to that. But you don't get the Debos. You don't get Tyreek a lot of the time. We'll see if he makes it these next 3 picks. He's on top of the stack for Yahoo's rank right here. And that is something to look into. If you are going to be doing Yahoo drafts, you definitely need to look into that. And that's a good thing. That's one good thing about these best ball drafts is that you have the ability to do that. Kyle Pitts, that's going to push somebody down. Come on. Let it be Tyreek. Come on. 2 more picks. You can do it, Tyreek. Don't believe in Tua. Don't believe in Tua. You do not believe. You think that T. Higgins is better. And you can't pass on Zeke. Zeke is the 3rd running back right now. Yeah, there you go. All right, you're on it now. Come on. Tyreek, 1 more pick, baby. You can do it. Tyreek. Oh wait, no, am I cursing the perfect game right now? What am I doing? No. 1 pick away. Okay, that's fine. That's how it goes. I think I'm gonna go. I've been kind of mixing it up here a little bit. If I take James Conner right here, that only gives me one stab at this wide receiver chain right here. You know what? We're going to go heavy running back right here. We're going to go James. I like James Conner a lot right there. And I hate that's how the tier falls at this point, but these wide receivers right here are all kind of the same to me. T. Higgins is a little bit better, but I'm guessing I'm going to get one of these 2 guys anyway. And if it's not, I'll take DJ Moore. And I like Mike Williams too. I don't know. Mike Williams and DJ Moore are pretty close. See, there goes T. Didn't really want to do that, so I didn't miss anything there. And he went Patrick Mahomes, so I get my choice of everything else. Yeah, I'm going to go A.J. Brown right here. I'm going to go talent on that new team right there. All right, so not exactly what I was trying to accomplish with the 3 running backs, but I'm not upset with that either. Just means I'm going to have to hammer wide receiver going forward, which is fine. There's going to be plenty of this goodness left when I get there. Hopefully, well, I don't know. Maybe I screwed that up. But got 1 wide receiver out of it. I'm okay with it. We'll see how the rest of it breaks out. Patrick already going. That means I can kind of wait on quarterback a little bit depending on who's left when I draft again right here. There goes Mike. There goes Keenan. That's not surprising. I mean, maybe I have some regrets about AJ right there, but whatever. It is what it is. So let's see here. Come on, guys. Let's get some new information now. Let's get some picks going. 13 picks. Dang it. We need some running backs to go right here. Lamar, dang it. Lamar would have been on the radar right there. All right, come on. Josh Allen, Allen Robinson. It's interesting. You don't see Josh Allen go after Lamar and Patrick like that very often. Terry McLaurin, all my favorite wide receivers. The tight end I like leaving. I don't like how that's breaking down right there. We're hoping that Jalen Waddle or Cortland Sutton make it. Also be okay with any of these Brandon Cooks, Herbert, Kittle. I didn't get somebody that stacks with Herbert, so that hurts a little bit. And maybe I should wait and try to stack Jalen Hurts with A.J. Brown a little bit later, but I don't know. Let's take Waddle. Of course, this is all going exactly how I didn't want it to go. Come on. Let's get Travis Etienne out of there. I like Travis Etienne a lot, but we've already got 3 running backs on the board. Having him as our 4th to potentially stack with Trevor later would be a little piggish, a little bit too much. We need to really hammer home these wide receivers going forward. There goes Cortland. There goes everybody I was excited about in these next couple of picks, but that's all right. Need these running back. Herbert. Running back early costing me. It happens. Those are kind of the guys I'm looking to hammer in this little quarterback range right here. We're going to hope that cools off, and we're going to continue to hammer wide receiver in this range. Man, they're hammering wide receiver too. I don't like it. Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's awful early for him from what I've been seeing. What's left at quarterback? Have they already gotten to Kyler? I could go Kyler and Hollywood Brown right here too. That would be a nice stack. You got to think about, and I've got James Conner. You got to think about stacks when it comes to what quarterbacks you pick here. So that's interesting. Still a little early. I guess it's not. I guess it's about that time, but let's see how this breaks. Am I thinking Brandon Cooks over Deontay Johnson? I'm not a big believer in Mitchell Trubisky at this point, but I guess it's the 6th round. This is about that time for these guys. Let's see how this breaks out. I'm a little bit more willing to take George Kittle at this point too. I was just thinking about J.K. Dobbins. Okay, good. Running back going back again. Can't believe Travis Etienne is still sitting there. Maybe we take him on the way back if he makes it. Let's see if he does. I'm going to go Brandon Cooks. I would like to go Kittle here, but Brandon Cooks as a 2nd wide receiver is a little late. So we're definitely going to need to think about Jerry Jeudy and Hollywood Brown right here. So I'm going to key that up. Tell you what, the best of those 4 right there is what we're going to do. I'm worried about the stack, but I'm also not that worried about it. We'll see what quarterbacks are left, and then we'll try and do some late stuff with the stacks. Where did he go? See, he went Deontay. That's absolutely fair. He getting Damian Harris? That's not fair. Or that's good, actually, for us. Been getting a lot of Hollywood. You know what? It's going to be easier to stack Russell later than it is Hollywood. We'll go Jerry Jeudy right here. So it's not a bad top 6. I wish I had better wide receivers, but at the same time, that's a pretty studly trio of running backs right there. So I'm okay with it. Kittle. Okay, we missed out on Kittle. I'm not super hyped on what Trey Lance is going to bring as a passer. I think he's going to be better than I expected. There he goes. Next pick, of course. But I don't know. I'm just not all the way sold on it. So we'll see. Let's see what we got coming up here. There's a big tier that I like here, and what's going to come of it is definitely going to make or break this particular draft. Looks like we slowed down on the running backs a little bit. There goes Etienne. That would have been somebody I'd have looked at. There goes Montgomery. Okay. So we sped back up. That's good for us. Love for Jalen Hurts to make it to us right here. Love for Juju to make it to us right here. Dalton Schultz, okay with that as well. That would be kind of a secondary prize, I guess. Kyler and Joe still around. I mean, I missed out on the T. Higgins thing, but I didn't know Joe. Joe typically has been going in like the 5th or 6th too. So to have him make it this long, they must have moved him down a little bit here. There goes Juju. There goes one of the. Oh, of course, just picking him right off my list there. All right, What about a Hollywood Kyler Murray? Is that going to make it back around? Very doubtful. Very super duper doubtful. Rashad Bateman, I'm into that. This is where the running backs, where I like to start getting back into the running backs, start unearthing themselves. Let's see here, Darnell. We need to get one more running back. There goes Hollywood, of course. Kyler. Man, are people watching the stream and they're picking who I'm thinking about? That might be what we're looking at here. All right. We're still looking pretty good at running back, even though this is where I like to start dipping in again. Maybe we need to start looking at Tom, and then we can grab Godwin right there as well. That's interesting. The good thing about Joe is you can typically get Hayden Hurst late, too. Maybe we're talking Joe right here. The good thing is Home Slice has already grabbed one quarterback, so maybe we can wait and we can get somebody there. We also got the Jerry Jeudy Russell stack. We can get. Oh, never mind. There goes that. So, yeah, this is something we're going to need to accomplish in these next 2 picks. Dalton Schultz still there. That could be there goes Joe. Okay. So maybe I need to think about this Tom Brady thing pretty seriously. Well, I need to think about something seriously since it's my turn, huh? Let's take a look at the players real quick. Darnell Mooney. I would like to add him, but let's make sure that we get Tom first. 8th round, we're okay with that. Back in camp after being on The Masked Singer, I think he's going to be rejuvenated. I'm into that. And then if we can get Godwin on the other side, even though I like Darnell Mooney better, that's a pretty decent stack too. I do like getting Ramondre Stevenson as my next thing, but you know what? We need to hit wide receiver at least once more before we dip back in. There's going to be a bunch of running backs left, I believe, or at least one that I'm good with. So let's hit Chris Godwin right here. I know it's a little early, but that's okay. Sometimes you have to dip in a little early on guys to get these stacks. All right. So while it's not the best wide receiver core I've ever come up with, I'm feeling good about that right there. We didn't miss out on the main tier of quarterbacks. I know Tom doesn't run, but he does throw a lot of touchdowns and can have big weeks. Well, I'm pretty hopeful that one of these guys in the running back tier as well as the wide receiver tier are going to make it. So we should be in really good shape here. 3 running backs already on the board gives you the confidence to do other things too. I know it kind of hampers you in the beginning as far as getting a big elite wide receiver core, but I mean, Henry, Mixon, James Conner, I'm really confident that pretty much every week they're going to be able to man those 2 running back slots, and then we can kind of figure it out from there. All right, there goes Mooney. So that's out of the question. Pollard, there goes Clyde Edwards. I'm okay with that. I'm hopeful Ramondre and there goes Pollard. We're having a big running back run here. Somebody's that we like is going to make it back here. I'm even okay with Cordarrelle and something as late as that. There goes Ramondre. I knew it was going to cost me Ramondre, but that's all right. That's all right. We got the stack on Chris Godwin. He's been a lot. Oh, man, Dameon Pierce. There goes Christian Kirk. A lot of these guys were lasting to where I wanted them to last before this. So it is a little different since everybody's been stepping in a little bit more with their home leagues. Trey Lance going earlier than usual. That's interesting. Dak, Matthew, A-Rod, Kirk. The only reason I'm interested in that tier is I like going 2 quarterbacks. And if you have 2 really good quarterbacks that aren't on the same bye week, it's a lot easier to feel like you're okay with that strategy and having just 2 when it is a super important position that can score a lot of points in a given week. I'm going to have to go Thielen right here if he makes it. That's for sure. That'll be our Well, it'll be our 5th wide receiver. That's something I'm interested in. Probably going to take one of these guys right here and then hope that Cordarrelle makes it on the way back. I'm also into Melvin too. I doubt that he takes 2 guys right there. There goes Dak. That's interesting. Okay. So Thielen makes it. We're going to go Thielen. Big touchdown ceiling. Plus, we might get Godwin still. They have different bye weeks. Who on the quarterback has the same? Oh, wait. I got to watch what he does right here really closely. Renfro. All right. What's left at running back? Yeah, I need to get one more running back here. I still believe that Cordarrelle's going to have a big season. This is... I hate missing out on Devontae, but we need to get one more running back in here for sure. All right. We're probably going to miss out on that tier of quarterbacks I was talking about too. It's probably going to mean we're going to miss all 4 of those guys, but that's all right. I'm okay with Trevor later too. So it is what it is. Cordarrelle, big range of outcomes for him, and he may not be able to repeat, but he was the most explosive runner on a team that's going to need to run the ball. So I still kind of believe there. Robert Woods, put him on the board here. Yeah, see, there's Melvin. That running back position wasn't making it back to me for my 4th. I'm okay with, James Cook and the like, but I like it better as a wide receiver or a running back that's way further down there. I'm also much more interested in Dawson Knox. Oh, he's the first person. Okay, I've been looking at their view, or my view, not their view. Okay. Well, hopefully these guys make it around. Russell Gage would allow us to stack further. We're also going to be interested in Julio since we have Tom Brady. Oh, there goes Dawson, of course. But he was the first person up there. I made a choice. Still haven't addressed tight end, and that may come back to bite me. It's kind of getting a little late. Need to have Zach Ertz up in the mix here. That would be a nice secondary prize. Otherwise, I'm going to have to hit tight end a couple of times here. There, of course, there goes Zach Ertz. We'll hope that Freiermuth makes it back. I'm usually better off having him as my second guy, but that's just the way this bounced. And I'm feeling really strong about that top 5 wide receivers and those top 4 running backs. So that's not something you can address later with volume. And I may get outscored by oh man, we need these quarterbacks to quit ticking off. I'd love for Matthew to make it. I'd love to go Matthew and Freiermuth right here if that happened. What else are they looking at here? We've already got our situation worked out here. Kareem Hunt, that's interesting. Yeah, he's making it a little longer than normal in this one. Kenneth Walker with that groin thing, also a little longer than he normally would have made it before. Not getting great value on the tight end there. I may have really missed out on that Dawson Knox thing, but that's fine. I really like Cordarrelle as my 4th running back as well. Come on. You can do it, draft. You can do it. Tyler Lockett also seems to have moved down the Yahoo board a bit. There's Ken. 3 picks. Has this guy picked a second quarterback yet? No, he hasn't. Okay. Well, I might need to do that first, even though I'm going to be pissed if he takes Freiermuth. He's got Kyle Pitts. Doesn't seem to be a big Pittsburgh guy. It's not like he's gone. Oh, what about Matty Ice? Is Matty Stafford going to make it? Matthew would be really hard to stack later on, but I think I'd have to do that and then go from there. Tell me. Oh, again with the right before me's. Okay, that's fine. Now I'm okay with whatever happens on that end. No, I'm not. I do want Kirk Cousins. Okay. He takes Freiermuth. I'm in bad shape here, but he's buried right here. He's buried. You don't know nothing about Freiermuth. James Cook. That's a good pick. Come on. Now we're taking Derek Carr, Trevor Lawrence. Now it's between Freiermuth or one of those receivers if they make it. Russell Gage probably first, even though I like Robert Woods better. That way, we've got another person with Tom. Unfortunately, Russell, we got to go Freiermuth right here. First tight end, kind of rough, but I like him a lot. So, and we'll hope that Cole Kmet makes it back around too, because I would love to stack Cole Kmet into that. We've also got Kenneth Gainwell on the board right now too at this point. Daryl, I'm okay with that. Okawabanon, probably take some of that as well. Claypool, Hunter Henry. See, I like Hunter Henry a lot too. Okay, that's somebody we're targeting. And Irv. Now we can stack Irv as well. The other thing we can do is, oh, wait, I forgot. I have Adam Thielen. Yes, of course we needed to take Kirk Cousins right there. What am I doing? Totally forgot that allowed me to stack Adam Thielen. Yes. Yay. Good stuff happening. Yay. So not great stacks. Oh, and we can do last round Brait too. And we are going to be like one of the super last picks. So that'll be my last pick is Cameron Brait. Okay, so 1, 2. So we still have room for 2 wide receivers too. I'm going to start looking at Julio as well. Julio kind of hides down at a certain point. Man, it's early for George Pickens. George Pickens keeps going earlier and earlier at this point. Where's the search? There it is. I'm retarded. Julio. There's Kmet. Damn it, that second level of tight end. That means we're definitely going to have to get after Hunter Henry in this next situation. Irv Smith, if not. Got Kenneth Gainwell. It might cost us Kenneth Gainwell to do it this way, but also looking at maybe putting Julio on this. He's not my favorite Tampa Bay wide receiver, but man, there's going to be some times he hits Julio, I think. So going to try and get the stack. This is about that time where people start looking at him, 13th, 14th round. The good thing is he is buried a little bit on, oh man, I love Justin Fields and I love Trevor Lawrence, but I love getting Kirk Cousins and Tom Brady as my quarterbacks. Not great running quarterbacks, obviously, but I think they can trade off weeks enough to get me by. Ooh, I love Michael Carter right now too. Seems like the Breece Hall situation might have been a little overblown. So yeah, okay, we're definitely going to be thinking about that too. I think above Darrell Henderson. Ooh, and you know what? Maybe above Kenny too. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take Hunter Henry if he makes it. What else is left at tight end? Yeah, Hunter. See, I like Hunter Henry a lot more than the rest of these guys. Yeah, get Jahan Dotson in your lineup. Great. Let's keep that going. He'll be fine, I'm sure, but I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, come on. At this point, people, we can't be looking through everything. Now, watch me take the full time here in a minute, but come on. Dubs. Glad to see he's off the board. There goes Derek Carr. Maybe I could have waited on quarterback. I like Derek Carr. Not a ton, but enough to where I would have liked to have waited a little bit and gotten somebody I like there, but oh man, you got Michael Carter. That's all right. Now I'm gonna take Julio if I get a chance. Let's see what everybody else is looking at here. Yeah, Gainwell's not going to survive if I don't take him now, but neither is Julio. Somebody will swoop in on Julio at a certain point, even though he's way the hell down here. And there goes my possible, stack for later. That sucks. All right. Got to reach a little bit sometimes when you want the stacks. Plus, we're going to have to pick 2 wide receivers here too. So we're going to take a tight end, we're going to take a wide receiver, and we're going to take a running back. We've already got our quarterbacks under control here. So hopefully lots of quarterbacks start ticking off the board. But I wanted to get Julio, especially since there was going to be 2 that we had to take there. Irv would have been a cool tight end 3, but I'm definitely more okay with having Hunter Henry in there. Just Irv with the we're so thin at tight end at this point that I just can't afford to have Irv mess that up for me. I'm also interested in Khalil Herbert, so glad to have him on board. Tyler Higbee, we're into that. Maybe, you know what? If Trevor Lawrence makes it another round, maybe I might take him then just for the upside. But I doubt that's going to happen. And I'd much rather take a fourth running back or a third tight end or a seventh wide receiver, I believe. Also not going to give up on Mike Gesicki if he makes it this far. Hooper, Ingram. See, I'm just okay with a lot of these tight ends that it feels like everybody's kind of underrating a little bit. So, and we also have the backup, which might be the best thing to do, which is to get Cameron Brate. I'll see there goes essentially all of my running back targets there. So Julio definitely cost me in the running back category, but that's also something I can do because I am pretty confident in what I've got already. Zamir, Terrell. So whoever I draft at running back is going to be pretty gross here, but that's fine. Maybe I could have waited. But whatever. It's fine. What are we going to do here? That's interesting. Maybe we back up our play there. Kind of hamstring us a little bit, but also ensure that we've got the Titans running back situation. You know what? I'm going to save that for the last pick here and see how this tight end thing goes. Can I stack it? No, I can't really. Oh, yeah, I could go Brate. So that's also on the table for the last pick. We need to get what our wide receiver pick is going to be under control here as well. Jarvis, it's not great. KJ Osborne could get the double stack there. That's also on the table. Definitely going to have to grab one of these tight ends if they make it. Higbee. I think I'm going to grab Higbee first, then Gesicki, then Hooper. Probably in that order as far as what I'm thinking. There goes Gesicki. That means we're going Higbee. Okay, that does eliminate our stack with Brate, but whatever. Okay, so we got our third tight end. That's a pretty good guy to have for our third tight end, so I'm definitely good with that. Super not into Kenny Galladay. DJ Chark, I guess. Ugh. It's pretty gross right here. That was quick. Okay. Turning it around, I appreciate that. You know what? I don't know what I want to do here. We're going to go Jarvis. It's not exactly how I like the wide receiver thing to go down, and I guess I could have gone KJ Osborne as the third wide receiver with Kirk Cousins, but I don't know. Just didn't feel right. And then I guess that means that our running back is going to be our super last position here. It's not usually how it goes down for me here. So this is I'm kind of out of my depths a little bit. I would have been all over Tyler Algier, but he's gotten some bad reports. I'm not really into Mostert or Sony Michel. They got a lot going on in that backfield already. We don't have to think about quarterback, so that's good. Mike Davis is probably the backup in Baltimore. Gus there's just not a lot going on. Earlier in the process, I've been thinking about TDP here. I don't know. Interesting. I'm not used to being this far down on the running back. I'm used to already having this sussed out. And it's going to be like the super last pick, too. Let's take a look at quarterback and see if a third quarterback makes more sense. I guess. Well, I don't think we're going to get that chance. I bet he goes before then. Ryan Tannehill, Mac Jones, Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield. Those are fine, I guess. Ooh, who's that? Isaiah Likely. Interesting. That must be something. I must be the guy that's running in the two tight end sets. I like that. I like that ingenuity. Mecole Hardman. think I'm going to go McKissick, and if he makes it, also thinking Zamir White's going to get some work. Wasn't particularly effective in the second preseason game, but he looked all right in the first one. I think that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking Zamir if he makes it. Let's see what else we got here. Zay Jones. You don't see Zay Jones go very often. Wonder if this guy had Trevor Lawrence too. I wonder if he's gonna be if Zay Jones is better than Marvin Jones Jr. That's something I would have to think about a lot. I feel like here goes Baker. I love Mo Alley Cox. Pierce. Gotten a couple of Pierces in the very super late. There goes KJ. So Kirk throws a KJ touchdown. I'll have to deal with that. Marlon Mack. That's also on the board, I guess. So Zamir White versus backing up my Derrick Henry play. I have a feeling I'm going to have my choice here on what to do. And will either one of those guys be effective enough to make any points at any point in the year? I don't know. Well, we're going Zamir White. They don't know what they want to do at running back at this point on that team. So we'll see how it works out. Oh no, have I been in this mode the whole time? I didn't mean to be. Oh well. Anyway, that's it. Let's take a look at the team. Oh, that is not my team. I came up a little light in the wide receivers, but I guess in the tight end as well. But I like the way this turned out. We've got double stacks for Tom with Godwin and Julio Jones. He could absolutely have a big week there. And then the Kirk Cousins Thielen stack that I apparently didn't even think about while I was doing it. So that worked out. Didn't really get a whole bunch of other stacks, which kind of, I guess, was by design at this point. But I feel like we got a really good team here. I'm really excited about the running backs there as well. And to have gotten Tom where we did as late as we did, that's always big. That doesn't always happen. So I'm pretty pleased with this one. Let me know what you think in the comments.